started from the bottom, on our way to the top. Let them hear what we got. We can make it, we can make it, we can make it. Through all the struggles that we've been through. So now let us show you we made it. We made it, we made it, oh we made it.
I can tell you all about my dog days when I was waking up and possibly sleeping in the hallways. It seemed like my life was just going down the one way. And I ain't got a car, so I guess I use my one day. Despite what haters gon' say you never too old to think someday. And to my people, I know I was the best. To my family, you the best. And to have y'all, I'm truly blessed. Cause you taught me life is just a test. It's either failure or success. I left the streets alone, start rapping, got behind the desk. I'm tired of just seeing my people settling for less, just settling for less.
Look through my eyes, vision is quite vivid. I can see the rap game, looking past the city building. Blocks getting upgraded, gotta work to save the children. Asking how you live in K, nothing like the hood feeling. Surrounded by my loved ones, oh what a great feeling. This year, I'ma make sure moms have a great Christmas. Learn to appreciate life more. With every step the crisis, giving smoke weed to clear my mind. Sometimes just to get lifted. Elevate my mind beyond this time where knowledge is hitting lies in true clothing. Wisdom is far from my struggles make me feel like I'm far from the gates with heaven. God, this is my testimony. I ain't got the best of homies.
We started from the bottom, on our way to the top. Let them hear what we got. We can make it, we can make it, we can make it. Through all the struggles that we've been through. So now let us show you we made it. We made it, we made it, oh we made it.
I done been through the ups and downs, seen many come and go. Never saw me coming, some will miss me till they see me go. A lot of things change on me, especially when you seeing dope. A lot of chicks refrain from me, especially if you seeing broke. So let me be your guide and take you on the ride. On the ride, yeah, show you where I'm from. By the end of the night, you will witness the outcome. See success, then outcome. Homie with the burner that won't be outdone. I'm trying to reach the presence of Martin and Malcolm. Persistence in my hand like I won't be outrun. These haters wanna see me on that stage or that balcony. Feel God and no one else after he.
Look, man, if you going through pressure, it can't get no worse. It can only get better. This is your life, cause man, the way I feel with it, your problems gotta deal with it. Your meal ticket, I promise, man, you'll fucking still get it. So, this is your life. Don't struggle, just believe every moment that you breathe. Just achieve. My sisters, my brothers, my kids, and my mothers. To the peoples in the gutters, plus my peoples that be hustling. From my whites and my colors, ain't nobody above another.
No matter what the situation was, we seem to find a way to make a way to make it. Another stopped us, babe. We took it all the way to the top, babe. God in my life, have the tribulations. And I learned that anything is possible. Anything is possible. Possible. Let them hear what we got. We can make it, we can make it, we can make it. Through all the struggles that we've been through. So now let us show you we made it. We made it, we made it, oh we made it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's good, people?
Oh, it's true.
What's going on? What's going on? Just wanted to start out today with some positive energy. As you guys come in, make sure you hit the like button, share the stream out. And yeah, man, you know I'm gonna do my due diligence to shout y'all out, man, to get y'all respect in the chat. Today it will just be me and my bro Mello. Noah will be returning tomorrow. We're gonna give y'all another show tomorrow. As well, tomorrow I think probably Friday or Saturday, but if not Friday, then definitely Saturday. We're definitely trying to give y'all some back-to-back, trying to catch up on the content and show y'all that we definitely gonna be consistent this year. I am a little tired. I've been out all day with my mother, my grandmother, and my sister. They had me at Costco's. Oh man. Oh Lord, I've been driving all day. I'm a little tired, but
Daisy over here.
Yeah, that don't stop the show, man. My grandma like 92 years old, man. So, you know, whenever she called and need to get around and do stuff and stuff like that. I appreciate it because I get to talk to her about the lineage of our family, our genealogy. She told me her mother's mother was part Indian. And then my mama told me a story about somebody at her job. Somebody walked into her job and they kept looking at her, and it was like, I can tell you from based on your facial structure and how you look, I could tell you what tribe you are from. You know what I'm saying? And so that made me kind of want to dig deep into my family history because, you know, as I tell y'all all the time, our race is indigenous to this whole planet. You know, it ain't no part of this planet that we haven't ruled or we haven't conquered or we haven't lived on. Even Europe, I know they history tell you that, you know, we wasn't in Europe, but I could pull up 10 kings and queens that ruled Europe at some point. So I just want to, you know, trace my history back because,
man, that's dope.
Yeah,
I always wanted to do that.
Yeah, and I look at my grandmother and her facial structure and stuff like that, and I see the native indigenous in her too when I look at her. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where I get my skin from. You know what I'm saying? My grandma, my great grandmother, 92, man. She ain't got no wrinkles in her face, right? And so she at I don't want to call it the old folks home, but in Chicago, we call it the old folks home. So she there with her other friends and they asking her, how come your face ain't wrinkled?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got the right connection.
You feel me? And my mom's the same way. My mom's like in her 60s. Mom's like in her and she don't look, she look like and she's in her early 50s.
Bro, that's what's up, man. You know? I'm actually a little jealous on that. Going through my little trials and my I can't trace my lineage, but only so much, so far. Yeah. And my grandma's still here with me as well. I'm blessed to still have her.
Yes, sir.
I sit down with her every chance I get to pick her brain for as much knowledge as possible.
Yes, sir. That's what I was doing in the car. She be in the house a lot. You know, at the old folks home, they be having bingo night. They be playing Keno and all that stuff and card games, and they be gambling and stuff. They be more people be in there gambling.
Real activity.
So whenever she can get a chance to get out the house,
that's that Chicago route in.
Yeah, whenever she can get opportunity to get out the house, even if she just sitting in the car and just driving along,
it's worth.
It's worth. She wanna go and just get out the house for a minute. So, you know, I do that for, you know, you only get one of those, man.
Man, fact.
So you gotta cherish them while you're here. But we're gonna start shouting y'all out in the chat, and then we're gonna get this show started, man. Once again, I want to thank everybody for showing up and continue to support the content, man.
Share it out.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Black Krillin. Was good. Let me put y'all up there. Put y'all on the jumbotron.
Real quick sidebar, man.
You feel me?
A heavy subject right there. I don't know how slick or how smooth you thought that was, but that was a heavy subject. Hey, real talk. Call y'all loved ones, bro.
Yeah.
Get in contact with y'all loved ones, your grandmas if they out there, your mother. Man, talk to them for a second. You know, I don't care if it's just about grocery shopping. Just talk to them.
I'm 40 years old and I'm just now finding all this out. After 40 years, just finding this out. Then, you know, she was telling me, you know, I wasn't alive when my grandfather passed, but she was telling me stories about him, how prior to him she didn't eat pork or chillings or nothing like that, and how when she married him, he pretty much got her into eating pork, into that lifestyle, and just all types of stuff, man. Things that was going on in the family when I wasn't alive, and then my mother was chiming in, and it was just like a very educational experience. And I'm sitting up there like, what? Huh? I ain't know that. I ain't know this, and it made me realize she's 92 right now. I need to ask all the questions I can before her time here is done and she's on to the next phase of her existence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I need to ask all the questions I can, because if I look at her, then I look on my father's side, I look at them, I can see the indigenous in the skin and the bone structures and the face. And I saw when I was little, I didn't know what I was looking at. But now I know what I'm looking at, and now realizing that. And then when she told me, like, yeah, my mother, she was part Indian, and I'm like, what? And then I'm looking at her like, yeah, I can see it. And then my mom chimed in the story with somebody who came up to her job, you know what I'm saying, and kept looking at her, and he was like, he could see the Indian in the Indian features in there. He say, it's so profound that I can tell you the exact tribe that you come from. And I say, Mom, why you just not telling me this? Right. You feel me? And so she believe it. She believe it too. You know, my mother is Muslim, so you know, she's every time I talk to her, she's talking to me with the word. You feel me? Right. You know, with the word of Islam and things like that, and always something positive. So yeah, man, I will say this, man. Check on your people, man. Find out stuff about your family, man, because you'll be surprised who you are. But today just made me realize that even with my moms, I haven't sat down and asked her enough questions, right, even about her childhood and growing up and stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to do that with her and my grandmother for the time that they have here, because I want to know as much as possible.
It's definitely
yes, sir. It's definitely therapeutic, man. And I had a lot of fun today riding around with her, my mother, and one of my sisters, man, who is a caretaker for my great grandmother. So let's get to it, man. Witness the truth. What's good? He said we got to talk about this hi-fi rush and these fuck niggas having a meltdown over it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, 6200 Block Dre. What's good? Yeah. Okay. Let me see here. We got the Coon 1985. What's up? What's good, brother? Shout out to you, man. Post Up is my hero, the real back. Yes, sir. Thank you for showing up and supporting. We got Gorilla One. I'm Team Post for the win. Thank you, brother, for the support. Then we got, Harry Larry. I'm gonna have to give you look, hey man, Harry. Hey, look, I'm just gonna I can't Harry Larry even sound questionable. You feel me? I can't just call you Harry. You got a very tricky name, brother. Let me tell you. And I say this every show that I call your name out. Because if you just say the first name, it's questionable. Then if you just say the back name by itself, I ain't finna call no grown man or woman bald.
Hey, every time
you feel me? Bro. Commercial. I'm about to Manscaped will call you H. You know what I'm saying?
H, what's up, H? Say they game in Manscaped.
Shout out the other Zinc, man. What's good? Black Lightning 100 was good. That's a new name that I'm seeing in the chat. Shout out to all the new people that we've been getting showing up to the show to support the platform. We definitely thank y'all. Alakazam, what's good? Aaron Parliament, what's good? What's good? A child of God gaming. He was blessed. I see you, brother. Thank you for always showing up and supporting. Let me see here. Who else we got? Let me see. Bay Area, what's good, brother? Thank you for always showing up as well. Verge, you always consistent, my brother. As always, it's always good to see you. Hope everything's good with you and the family. In Texas, another one that's consistent, man. What's good, man? I want to thank y'all for showing up and showing out. As you can see, Mellow screen, he got the Xbox on the screen, and I like that. That's pretty good right there. Yeah, you good, brother. I know you got ADD. You got to be doing something, man. You just can't. Your finger got to be doing something. I'm surprised 2K ain't on the screen.
I ain't gonna do it.
Real deal with the $4.99. What's good, brother? Thank you for your support, your continued support. We really appreciate it. Then we got Witness the Truth with the $5. Let's get it. Hi-Fi Rush early game of the year. Yes, we're going to talk about that, and also Digital Foundry coming out saying that graphically It's going to be in, they're going to put it in their list of the top graphics for 2023. And the year just started off.
Man.
The year just started. Man, bro, like I'm going to get back into Hi-Fi Rush tonight. Over the last couple of days, I've been helping my guys out. I've been helping family out. And so we're gonna get back to it, man. I might do a live stream tonight and play it and go from there. So y'all can, you know what? I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna wait till we start the show. Shout out to Two-Face. What up, Two-Face? What's good, brother? Oxtail, what's good with an oxtail? You know what? If you're gonna do the oxtail, brother, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna sidetrack us. Y'all know every time y'all bring up oxtails, you're gonna sidetrack me. But I hit me up on Twitter, man. I might just send you a Jamaican oxtail recipe. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Get a Jamaican, get that jerk that oxtail. You know what I'm saying? Put it in that what's the name pot, man. You feel me? Pressure cooker. Put it in that pressure cooker. Let that shit cook down. You know what I'm saying? When that thing pop on that top, you know it's ready.
With the pressure cooker.
Pressure cooker. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about the house track. You know, if you're from Chicago, you know, the pressure cooker was a dance back in the day. The pressure cooker. I used to footwork and everything back in the day, brother. Let me tell you something. Man, y'all blame Two-Face for that. Man, y'all know I love me some oxtails. Phenom, what's up? Let me see him. What's that? Benazaki or Benazaki? What's good, brother? Zaki. Yes, sir. Enzo, what's good? Yeah, so we're gonna get the show started, man. And since everybody been asking to speak about Hi-Fi Rush, and my brother Mello got the game playing on his screen right now, which is fire, then that's what we're going to talk about. Right now, I think the Metacritic for Hi-Fi, and you know what? I want to say this, before, I know I'm jumping everywhere, but give me a time. I'm tired. I might be all over the place, but I want to say this. A lot of the Xbox community been on that Metacritic, man. Like, they've been slow as far as updating the score. They got over 50 reviews. It's still at 88. They even was on it when it had about 4 reviews, and they were saying the math wasn't mathing because it should have been at a 90 based on the mathematics, but they still had it at an 88. On PC, it's at a 90. It got that must play. I do think this game will be a game of the year contender, at least nominated.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Yeah. In terms of cell shading, 2D animation, 3D animation, and it's doing that better than some animes. It's doing what it's doing better than some animes that's pretty much built to, run with such smoothness. And bro, this is incredible. I don't even know how they the way it transitioned from 2D to 3D and back, and it is crazy. Mello, you're playing Hi-Fi Rush now. What is your perspective on the game? It is getting rave reviews right now.
This game reminds me of what Elden Ring did last year, easily, without a shadow of a doubt. Due to the fact that the gamers are enjoying it. It ain't about a Metacritic. It's not about a reviewer. It's not about a journalist being able to put their stamp on a video game. It's about getting the product to the actual fan and them reviewing and them coming out with their opinion about this game. And without a shadow of a doubt, you might complain about the arcade style of the game.
Yeah.
Or, some may. But true fans of gaming understand what they're playing, especially when you get the controller in your hand and you start playing. You get to like the third or fourth boss, you stuck in it. I beat the game already.
Okay.
And I enjoyed every bit of it from start to finish. It was to the point where I didn't even want to play 2K. I wanted to finish.
Oh, wait, what?
I wanted to finish this.
What?
I knew it was a good game. I'm like, I'm cool. I can't go run back real quick with y'all. I gotta go here because this right here, this right here, nigga, like it was one of those. Like this is cool crack. Like they gave you all the substance of a good game, without even knowing it. You know, so
bro, it do so much so well.
Man, from the rhythm, if
so
you
much
enjoy
so
music, like the last time I seen the game that was blending the music so well with the actual game, it had to be Halo. I understand y'all could be, I'm a fanboy and all that mess, but it's a different type of vibe when you're playing a video game and the music correlates with the actual game, and you got some
in the environment, in the environment and everything.
Like, it's perfect. So
you know what? The only thing that frustrated me me. I'm at the point where I'm getting my parry ability, and they're teaching me to do the parry, and it made me cut the game off. And I'm gonna go back to it and play it and get past it. I'm just gonna have to keep doing it. I'm trying to parry, and I'm getting the perfect. Even when I'm getting the perfect, the thing is still shooting me, hitting me. So I'm losing energy. So perfect, get hit, lose energy. It's not even shooting the beam back. The beam is still hitting me every time I get a perfect parry or even a good parry. And then it keeps doing this until I die. And then I got to restart that point over, go back in and do the same mode. I did that thing about 2, 3, 4 times, getting a perfect parry, and it didn't shoot the robot back. It keeps hitting me and I keep dying.
You talking about the drones that's flying in the air?
Yes.
Dang, what is that one?
Yeah, Aaron, the parry. That parry is hard, bro. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm like, it says perfect. I'm like, what the hell am I doing wrong? But you know what? I gotta get back to it and keep playing it until I keep dying until it just go through. Cause I really do want to beat the game, especially this month. Mello, what we got dropping? Atomic Heart. We got 2 games.
We got Atomic Heart and Wulong dropping.
Yeah, so we're gonna get into those a little bit later, but I do want to say the reaction to Hi-Fi Rush, it deserves every bit of the accolades that it's getting, and I'm telling you, this game should be nominated for a lot of awards later on in the year at the Game Awards and things like that. Yeah, because it do so much so well. Go ahead, Mello. My bad.
I'm about to say it's the same thing. Like, do you have your headset on? Because I played it with the music. I know at first when I was playing it without the music, I just had the game just going at the beginning. And then when I just slipped up and put the music on because I wasn't being, bothered by nobody. And then that's when I started noticing that, you got to go off this beat.
Let me tell you something. I might say,
damn, slow. I'm just saying.
It's difficult for you, and you. Maybe I'm gonna play it with the headphones, but look, I know mine.
Oh, so you did?
Yeah. I know my 2, 4 times.
Yeah,
my 3, 4 times. My 4, 4 times. 6, 8 times. I know my key signatures. I know how to find the BPM. I know the beat is in 4, 4 times. The beat is in 4, 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. It's in 4, 4 times, brother. I do this, brother. All you mean? Don't question my musician. Don't question my musicality. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
You get it.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I was even when you fight the enemy.
Was you really out there footwork,
hey, bro? I was so really I was footwork. I got the tap in my feet while I was whooping the enemy's ass, brother. I was so into it. You feel me? I got the tap in my feet. While I was whooping in, I'm telling you that. Yeah, thank you, Charlie. I think I'm gonna have to, because I was coming out the TV speakers, but I think I need the headphones on. But we're gonna see, man. I'm gonna get it because I definitely want to beat it because I'm also other with the 2 games that's dropping in Game Pass this month. I'm also thinking about getting Hardworks Legacy.
Oh, okay. Now I was gonna get Wild Heart.
Wild Heart. What is Wild
Heart? Monster Hunter bootleg.
It
looks like Monster Hunter, but it's way polisher, and then it got like a little Fortnite type of thing when you building trampolines and walls to defend yourself against the monsters with wood. So
Flippin says nominated for awards, but not game of the year. I disagree with that. I don't think we're gonna get another game like this year. What? That's this polished. This game is so flawless. It runs flawless on the Series X. I haven't had any issues. I've seen a few people that had a few bug issues, but other than that, everybody's experience has been flawless. No crashes, no slowdowns, no loading screens. You feel me?
You're giving game of the year to Starfield. I'm just sorry.
That's what you going. That's what you going with Starfield.
Yeah, if it's dropping this year, which I know it is, because Hellblade 2 won't be nominated for this year. It'll be nominated for next year. So
Dre, your son won what game?
Well,
I'm also thinking about buying a Steam Deck, man. I've been kind of going back and forth on whether I should get a Steam Deck.
I don't know. It's kind of tricky with me because I don't do the PC stuff, but
Other Zink said Forza Motorsport 2023 game. Now Zink, I don't know about that Zink. I don't know about that Zink. You know what I'm saying? You my bot brother, Zink. Let me tell you something. You my bot brother, but I don't know about. I don't know if I can.
I say sports game of the year, but not
it's hard for
racing.
The game Mello. The game Mello was talking about the Wild Heart. Your son want that. Yeah, we gotta look at what is Wild Heart. What is Wild Heart?
I forgot the name of the people that made it. Apologize for it because we just going out the cuff on it, but they did drop a trailer a couple days ago. It supposed to drop February the 17th.
Okay.
And not in Game Pass, of course. You got to pay for it. And just imagine Monster Hunter, but well polished and up to 3-player co-op.
Okay.
I think Monster Hunter got 4-player co-op.
Okay. So I mean, 4-player and it's 2-player co-op?
No, 3-player co-op.
3-player co-op. And it's Wild Heart?
Wild Heart. Yeah, heart, so a heart.
Wild Heart trade. Okay, hearts. Okay, let's see here. No, that's PS5. We don't want to see it on the.
Let me see if I can pull it up on here. So people.
I got it.
You know what I'm saying? These wonderful games that is dropping, make sure y'all support and check it out.
Let's see what this is.
Oh, there you go.
Evidence of our ancient ancestors' extraordinary technology, the karakuri, can be found across.
Yeah, it's from EA. Yep.
So they still worked when I was a child. It has been a long time since anyone could figure them out.
Oh.
That is, until you.
No.
Harness nature's energy. Wield this ancient tech.
Yo, this looks fun.
Power of the karakuri. That means
you strapped to contain monsters.
Naga!
I imagine in time how you use these karakuri will change the very way you think about the hunt. Like the karakuri itself, you must be adaptable. And like the kimono, you must be
Yo, this looks fire!
Hey, man. February 17th.
Plan your hunt. Set your trap. And bring down these giant beasts.
Ooh. Yo.
Yeah.
Hey, I might have to hop on this with you.
More than battle.
I might have to hop. What is that?
Your version of Little Willie.
Gather resources.
It's like an open world, so yeah.
Build your skills.
So open world.
They can even guide you, as they once guided our ancestors.
Yo!
But karakuri alone may not be enough to bring down every beast. Seek allies and together tame a world gone wild.
Yo, this is crazy. How did I miss this trailer?
I can tell you how you missed it, but y'all don't want to hear me though. That game is going to be nice. Please buy and support these games. Free versions is limited.
Yo, how did I miss that trailer?
It was in the Bethesda showing. The one that y'all said was trash because all they did was show Sea of Thieves and Grounded.
What?
Yeah, they showed it in the Bethesda showing last year. That's why I was looking at y'all like y'all was crazy. Like y'all not seeing all these games on this list that's dropping.
Please buy and support these games. Free version is limited. South Star. You talking about Wild Hearts on South Star? It's a free version of that game.
I don't know about no free version.
The Dark Lord Fusion was good.
Days, though, I guess I don't.
Yeah, I agree with Zink that Forza is going to be great this year, but racing games is. I think the last racing game that won Game of the Year was from EA, was a Burnout game. That was the last racing game that I know that actually won Game of the Year, was a Burnout game. And y'all can look that up. I forgot what year it was, but Burnout won Game of the Year. And that's like the only racing game, because around the time when Burnout was real popular, that thing was popular. You know what I'm saying? How one of those games, I think the gamers are so fickle nowadays in terms of what they play and stuff. I don't think a game like that will succeed in this gaming era. But back in the day, yeah, it was real popular. That's like the only racing game that I know that had won Game of the Year. So yeah, we're gonna move on. But that joint fire.
Yeah.
You got me thinking.
That's coming from EA.
And is it a 70 piece?
70 piece extra spicy.
70 piece. That might be worth it though.
That's definitely.
It looked like it's gonna be worth it. And when I say that it looks worth it to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It looks worth it to me. You know how other people may feel about it. That's neither here nor there. So we're gonna move along, man. Yes, Hi-Fi Rush is a banger. I hope they do more shadow drops. It allows them to control the narrative, and also it allows the gamers and these so-called reviewers to get access to the game at the same time. So gamers, and guess what? If you got Game Pass or you got Game Pass PC, it doesn't cost you. You feel me? If they shadow drop a game and you got Game Pass, by you paying either yearly or monthly, you're able to check that game out with no real penalty to your pocket. And after you play it, if you choose to buy that game and invest in it, you able to make that choice. And I think that's one of the most incredible things about Game Pass. I know people say Game Pass is trash and this and that, and they have they ideas about Game Pass and their opinions. Everything is subjective on how you feel about something. But that's one of the most incredible features that I think Game Pass provides for the Xbox community and anybody that's invested in the ecosystem. The ability to try out some content that you probably wouldn't have paid for or probably even wouldn't have brought, because you pretty much got your budget set for the year, because 2023 is going to be filled with a lot of AAA games, even great AA games, even great indie games. But Game Pass kind of helped lift the burden of allowing you to make decisions. Like I seen an article today, I think it was from True Achievement. Game Pass gamers got $7,000 worth of games at Game Pass last year. $7,000 worth of, whether it was indie, AA, or AAA. $7,000. The value
20 pack.
Yes. You feel me? The values of the games that dropped in Game Pass equaled out to $7,000. That's a lot of money.
Even also to piggyback off of what you said as well.
What's good, Steve?
You made a good point.
Yeah.
What's up, Steve? You made a good point too.
Yeah.
When you saying that the gamers and the reviewers are getting the game at the same time.
Yeah.
Which means, hey, if you wanted to go out here and create a YouTube channel, a reviewing YouTube channel, you get what I'm saying? You can just instantly go into Game Pass, start reviewing your games, getting your drop, and hopefully within some time your content growing, make money off of it, and it's a return value. So
it kind of leveled the playing field, right? It kind of allowed the YouTubers and the journalists who usually get content ahead of the YouTubers. Well, some YouTubers, because some people get early access due to having big channels and stuff like that. But it leveled the playing field for YouTubers, with the journalists, because now they got access to the game, and YouTubers was able to create their own videos and do their own reviews or previews of the game. And I think that's incredible. You don't do it with every game. You do pick and choose what game you would shadow drop. But I know with this game, it was pitched in 2017. They said they wanted to do a trailer back in 2020 around the pandemic, but the pandemic was going on. They was going to drop a trailer for it in 2020, but they decided to hold off. So from 2017, they was developing 2 games, which was, I think, Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo. But it's 2023 now. The game they had all them years to really polish and get you could tell. You could tell, bro.
Love story. The game was right here.
You can tell that they took, even though it wasn't out, because the developer said they had doubts about the game even coming out. You know what I'm saying? And when they finally got the go ahead that it was going to drop, and they came up with the shadow drop, they still didn't believe. They were like, "Is this real? Is this?" But you can tell they took that.
Touch more.
No, go ahead.
Like, what do they mean with the doubt with the game? Like,
when you create a game, it's not a sure thing that it's going to get to the public. That's what he was saying. It's not a sure thing just because it's in development. Just because and we know that today with EA canceling multiple games. You feel me?
That was real. So that was true.
Yeah, they canceled the game that was in the Titanfall and Apex universe.
Mobile, okay.
Yeah. And so in a couple other games, but he was basically saying that releasing a game is never a sure thing until it's in the customer hands. That's the only way you gonna know if a game is coming out, until it reached the customer hands. So he was like the developers was around the office like,
even
is this true?
Gold, it's the same thing. Even if it goes gold, you know how they announced like, hey, this game is going gold.
Right? Well, he say it ain't. I won't believe it until it's in the customer hands.
Gotcha.
Anything could be at the last moment or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they did it. You could tell for however long this game was incubating, that they took the time to polish it, and bugs. You're rarely even hearing people screaming about patches or bugs or crashes or anything, or falling through walls or maps or anything like that. It's just been incredible. Shout out to our brother 706 Gamer, our third panelist. He won't be joining the show today, but we're gonna do some
in at the gym at LA Fitness.
He at the gym right now.
His summer body right.
You feel me? He's trying to flex. You know what I'm saying? He got a couple of Speedos for Christmas. He trying to, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? But I ain't gonna put you out there like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put you out there, brother. But yeah. I know. You know me, Post. Don't dwell on this. Yeah, I know. We finna move on. But it's a great game. Let me see. Here was this Ford Mustang, but motherfucking dogs right here. Midwest love from Detroit to Chicago. Shout out to the D. Shout out to the D. Next door neighbor. Shout out to the D. What's good, brother? What is he talking about? You know what I'm saying? You have to change 706 name to Speedo Gamer, brother. We gotta change your name to Speedo. But then we're gonna 760. So so we got some news. Let me see it. Do I got okay, so we got some news, right? About Halo. Let me see if I can pull this up. And I want to get Mellow perspective on this. Because a lot of this stuff was leaked. Then it was saying it was false. Now, Bloomberg and Jason Schreier is coming back with an article saying, Halo is being rebuilt, is moving away from the slip space engine, and that they're going to the Unreal engine, and things like that. I want to see what's your take on this. Did you read the article? Did you hear what people were saying about this? It's been all over Twitter, and the Halo was dead and all that stuff. Narrative went around. But what you think about it?
I would say I kind of stay with the same subject I always said when it came to Halo. The story was great when it released. I didn't have no problems with the story that they presented. It was way better than 5, in my opinion. Just off the ending alone, it was better. They messed up with the multiplayer. I've always said that I think they should have went with the direction of either at least having some form of battle royale ready to go.
Yeah.
Because that would have been the key savior for that game at this point, especially seeing that they removed the executions, the leaderboards wasn't there at the time, and then content was lackluster. So when it came to the multiplayer aspect of the game, for it being Halo, it sucks. I ain't gonna sit here in front. This is your franchise company. This is the face of Xbox since God knows how long. And I gave them a benefit of the doubt because of them trying to do a new direction with the game. In the sense of trying to be more up to date and more current with what's out there when it comes to content, which was the Battle Royale. But they fumbled the ball. Hopefully this Unreal Engine switch actually improves it. I do not want them, I repeat, I do not want them to change Halo.
Yeah.
Like that Halo is in its own lane when it comes to the shooting, sounds of the guns, how you traversing and run through the game is perfect. Only thing they need to do is give us content. That Battle Royale has to come out. And that got to be the main focus, in my opinion.
Well, let's go over a few highlights of the article. Bloomberg is behind a paywall, and shout out to them though. But we got some highlights of the article.
What do you mean by behind the paywall?
It's behind the paywall. You got to subscribe to get access to some of the articles.
Access to the content.
Yeah,
I ain't reading nothing.
I know you're but I do want to pay attention to the. Let me see. Let me tell y'all something. This brother right here, Other Zinc. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. If you don't know what a super bot is, I'm talking about the bots of all bots. You feel me? The Microsoft of all Microsoft, Xbox of all Xbox. This brother embodies that. You feel me? And look, you feel me? Hardcore to the hardcore. You feel me?
He's him.
He is him when it comes to this Xbox. You can't tell him nothing. Nothing. You feel me? You can't tell him nothing. And so he said Jason Schreier is full of shit. Halo Infinite will only use the slip space engine. Everybody know Jason Schreier as a kind of a PlayStation guy.
Oh, okay.
Don't
really know like that, but okay.
Especially from the Xbox community, they call him a pony and things like that. Usually he be on top of things. How you feel about him is one thing. But a lot of times when he don't come out unless he don't come out with an article, unless he know he got enough sources to back up his claims.
Okay.
He just don't come spewing out. He don't hint at nothing. He don't do none of that. When he comes out with something, he comes out to make sure he has the sources. He did his due diligence and his research and got the information that he needed to know, hey, I got some here. I got enough sources to validate this information. I can write this article and put it out. Now, I'm still kind of on the edge with this. I do want to hear from 343 themselves, which we probably won't. I know Microsoft is not going to say none. Phil already said anything regarding 343. He's going to allow them to kind of facilitate that.
Okay.
Only thing I'm happy about is
love game at this point. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we heard a few things. Let me highlight these points. They say studio and franchise is essentially all but starting from scratch. I don't know what that means though. When they say the studio and the franchise is starting from scratch, what does that mean? Because you have a 10-year plan with Halo Infinite, right?
Right.
That was built on a different engine from Unreal, right? Do you migrate the assets of Halo Infinite over into Unreal Engine? And do you combine what Certain Infinity been working on? And you kind of, what does rebuild and starting from scratch means?
Do it entangled.
Yeah, that's why I started the question thing, because Microsoft, neither Microsoft nor 343 came out and said that 10-year plan that they have is over. And they did came out and doubled down on the multiplayer of Halo Infinite. So if you're doubling down on the multiplayer of Halo Infinite, then what are you restarting from scratch? Are we talking about the story or the campaign mode that's starting from scratch? I can understand that. But if you're going to do that, then you might as well incorporate the multiplayer too, because you got two different engines. Then you're going to have a campaign that's built off Unreal Engine 5 that's going to look incredible. And then you still going to have this Halo Infinite multiplayer that still look like this. So I don't know what that entails when they say all but starting from scratch. So we'll have to see how this plays out.
Yeah.
They also said, he also said in an article, at least 95 people have been let go from 343. Now, what I heard, I don't know if this came from the article or not, was that you had some people there at 343 Industry that were working on campaign or DLC prototypes in Unreal Engine when they were supposed to be working on Halo Infinite campaign and stuff. And so at the time they were supposed to have been either fixing or helping or doing what they were supposed to do with Halo Infinite. They was working on prototypes in Unreal. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know how that goes and whether it was on their downtime or they just said, fuck that Halo Infinite. We just gonna, do our thing over here with this DLC. But I think that's the gist of the people that got fired.
Just hitting the comment section real quick. What up, Snooky Pastor? What's going on, y'all?
Pastor, what's good, brother?
Make sure y'all hit that like button, bro.
Yeah, Pastor, we're gonna have to get you on the show, man. We have to get you on the show, Pastor.
Hey, Pastor, boy, and bush me, boy.
Yeah, bush me, yeah. And so I don't know what that entails. And then they said 95 people was let go. So I guess, if 95 people was let go, get this work. What's good, brother? Hyperfang Gaming, what's good? They're saying they're not starting from scratch. I figured that it didn't Hyper man. Shout out to Rebelieve. It doesn't make sense when I read that. That's the first thing. What does you can't start from scratch when you invested all those millions into Halo Infinite. You have to get that where it needs to be so you can start recouping some of your investments. So how you gonna start from scratch when you in the hole? Well, probably in the hole because we don't know how much money they made off Halo Infinite. But that's what Game Pass is for, to kind of subsidize that. And when you have to deal with losses like that, you got monthly income, but you still don't want to have any type of losses, like Phil said.
Devil's advocate here. Devil's advocate.
Okay, go ahead. What if
we're still continuing the 10-year plan because again, 343 have not said anything. So
okay,
we're gonna keep that on the hanger.
okay,
They have not said they're not gonna deter from the 10-year plan at all whatsoever.
right.
On top of that, this is pretty much all speculative that they are going to this Unreal Engine 5 engine.
Yeah.
But devil's advocate, what if they are saying, hey, we're going to still continue the 10 years, but within that 10-year process, let's say we sacrifice a year to transfer it over to Unreal Engine 5. And when we're doing it on Unreal Engine 5, that's when we have the massive multiplayer, just all content laid out on the floor. Because right now, Forge is out, and they are going crazy with Forge, like I expected.
Yeah, Forge is
Forge is literally got Halo on his back and running 10, 15 yards down the road at this moment. So with that being there, us transition to Halo 5 can also let us bring in more. Unreal Engine 5 will also let us bring in more content towards Halo to I guess the word I'm trying to say is accomplish our 10-year plan with it. What do you say about that in that narrative? Because you said this individual typically does his research, and when he comes with something, he got some concrete background to say that it is. I'm going off of that knowledge, even though 343 haven't said nothing.
Yeah, 343 haven't said nothing. I don't think they're restarting from scratch. I think they continue on a 10-year plan with Halo Infinite, especially from a multiplayer perspective. I think that okay, hold on. I think the next line is, and this gonna coincide with what we're talking about. Halo is switching to Unreal Engine with a new game code named Tatanka, right? And what they were saying is that Tatanka is the code name for the battle royale mode that Halo's supposed to be getting. That Certain Infinity is supposed to be working on, right? Now, migrating there is a possibility that, like I said, they could take the Halo Infinite code and migrate it over to Unreal Engine to get everything on one accord, and then just still move along with the 10-year plan. But also in this article, they did state that Tatanka has moved beyond just a battle royale game. That it's going to be a whole game. I don't know if it's going to come with story or anything like that, but they said it moved beyond just being a battle royale game. So I want to see how this plays out, because I've seen stuff come out previously last year and coming into this year about 343, and everybody ran with those leaks for 4channel and things like that. And then it come out 343 setback, and Microsoft set back for a minute and didn't say nothing. And then they was like, oh man, we got to get a great look. None of that is true. Okay. 343 is we're still in control of Halo. We still pushing forward with the future of Halo, multiplayer wise and campaign wise. Now, how if Certain Infinity is working on Halo in Unreal, how they bring all that together, we just got to wait and see what comes of it. You feel me? Because when that 4channel leak came out, nobody questioned it. Nobody questioned it. Everybody jumped on it. 343 saying 343 is finna be a secondary studio to Halo. They finna, outsource Halo to every other studio and work. Look, I don't know if that's true. You know what I'm saying? And so what Jason is saying here, we got to see if this comes to fruition, and if at any point, I know somebody going to go on that LinkedIn site where they always where they be on a lot, and see if the 343 industry developer is now using Unreal Engine with Halo, and then that's what we'll say. Okay, yeah, man,
it's confirmed. Okay,
yeah, it's confirmed. You feel me? So, but also it goes deeper than that. We're going to continue to say Tatanka had been rumored to be a new battle royale mode for Infinite. However, via Jason's report, it sounds like it has evolved beyond that. He uses the specific wording of it as a new game. It's being co-developed with certain Infinity. I think at some point Microsoft might acquire certain Infinity. They've been losing a lot of their support studios, and Sony got a couple of them. They acquired a couple of Microsoft support studios. And then he says some potentially bad news. The article says devs were working on prototypes in Unreal for new story-based content for Halo, but most of them were let go, and the company isn't actively working on new story content. Sounds like multiplayer only focus on Halo for now. Yeah, and that I can agree with.
Right.
The multiplayer of Halo has always been your bread. Yes, the story has been good when you think about Halo 1, 2, and 3. And even the other one, I can't
Rush ODST.
ODST in the other one.
What Halo Wars?
Before 4. It was after Halo 3 came. What's the Halo that came after Halo 3? Can y'all please help me? My mind just went blank.
I think it was ODST, then Halo 4, which is Rush, and then 5.
No, we skipping one. We missing one. Reach. Thank you, Black Lightning. Reach. Halo Reach.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I think, and I don't want to say that, I don't know what happened at 343, but if some people got let go, I think it was to the benefit of the team and them moving forward. You know, you never want to see people get fired. In that case, I think they had to. In this case, they released people to the benefit of the team. I think focusing on the multiplayer, that's your bread and butter.
Especially got that little narrative too. Sidebar, real quick.
What's good, Phantom?
When it comes to gaming and game development, all of these individuals, for the most part, outside of the volunteers, are in unions. So if they do get let off, trust and believe they have the option to go to another company and get hired elsewhere. That's people. I know we go into the narrative saying once you hear fire, it's like they're done. Job is over with. House is going to be lost, and that's not always the case. Some of these guys actually go out and become independent contractors and create their own products.
Yeah,
resume that they have.
Yeah, I mean, when people get let go, you know.
It sucks, but
the industry it sucks. But other companies that are hiring is always looking for, you know. So I think they kind of regroup really quick. You know what I'm saying? But I do think the important part is getting Halo Infinite multiplayer where the community wants it, and once you get that on track and get people back into the community and get the numbers going, I think whatever you do campaign wise, that will trickle over from your success with MP, because MP, that's what your multiplayer, that's where your longevity is. That's what's going to help you carry the franchise, and you want to get that right before you move on to anything dealing with campaign, DLC, anything. Because honestly, you know what I'm saying, after people, ain't nobody worrying about that campaign.
Yeah, this is Halo.
You feel me? It's all about that multiplayer, and you got to put Master Chief, which is one of the most iconic characters in gaming. You have to put it in a position where it's competing with some of the best FPS shooters out there, because it set the foundation for it set the foundation for the Call of Duties. What do you think Call of Duty got its control map? Its button layout from, you know, and all the other FPSs. So yeah, man. All right, so we're gonna move along from that. We ain't gonna stay on these topics for too long, and we ain't gonna be on the show for too long. We already running into an hour, and we did only talked about 2 subjects. So only 2 subjects. I blame the chat, because the chat be getting me sidetracked. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? They talking about Hi-Fi Rush, knowing I ain't had that in the headline. Then what's the name come here asking for an oxtail recipe? You know how I feel about my oxtails. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Pressure cooker.
He's that pressure cooker.
Pressure cooker. You put that pressure cooker with that thing rattle off at the top. And then you know that ball. You pop that ball right off.
You hit it with the.
You feel me? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So that's okay. So IGN recently released an article. Let's bring this up on screen. I want to see how y'all feel about this. Do y'all even care about E3 anymore? Exclusive Xbox, Nintendo, and Sony won't be a part of E3 2023. All three of gaming's first-party console manufacturers appear poised to skip E3's big return. I don't believe that. I think Xbox will be there in the same capacity as they was last year. They weren't necessarily a part of E3, but their activity, well, it was a part of E3 in terms of the show and the activities, but they still did their own thing. It was just in court. It was just in conjunction with E3, and I think they do the same thing this year because I think in a recent interview with Phil, he stated how important E3 is this year. So I do think Xbox is going to be there in the same capacity as they was last year, just working in conjunction with E3. But I want to get the before I get the chat feelings about this, Mello, do you even care about E3 anymore? Is it important to you? Does it have the same, back in the day, E3 hit different.
Well, yeah, that's especially when
it hit different.
Especially when they announced new consoles. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you now, we need this. I blame the community for the downfall of E3.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna keep it a buck because you heavily privileged individuals. Oh, it was trash. It's this, it's that. I don't understand. People don't understand the power of their voices when it comes to these type of situations. And when you keep spewing out negativity towards something, the companies listen. At some point, they're going to listen. And that is what happened at E3. Do I want to see this go anywhere? No, because if we're gamers and if we enjoy these games as much as we say and claim that we do, and some of y'all are collectors, you want to see what the new product that's coming out for the console of your choice. E3 was that place. Now, if they redirect and change it, I think it's going to be more so in the sense of you probably get the third party and the indies more love at E3 than the other companies like Nintendo and Microsoft is going to do their Bethesda. I love the Bethesda showing. So definitely give me that. Again, where you was highlighting your games, it was mainly focused on your full first party AAA games at this point, and you cut out the filler. I'm rocking with that. But hopefully E3 can last and they actually can give more appreciation to the indie developers also, and new and up and coming IPs can get some love there as well. But again, we gotta take accountability of what happened with E3. That's us. Man. Is that the rock?
No, this the sparkling. The
sparkling ice water.
These joints, a great substitute for pop. I always tell y'all, great substitute. You don't want to drink pop, it got vitamins and antioxidants. So no sugar, zero sugar too. Zero sugar. Vitamins and antioxidants. I know y'all up on these out here. But
make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all following.
Yeah, and once again, the bots of all bots. Other thing, Phil, like I said, Phil Spencer just gave IGN an interview on how Microsoft will always support E3. And they did the same thing last year. They was a part of E3. Everything what they were doing with the show and stuff, even though they did it at their own separate theater in their own separate space, it was still in conjunction with E3 festivities and things like that. So I do think E3 is still important,
Yeah.
And I wish it can get, but I know the way it is now, the industry is trying to find a way to save money and take the money, the millions of dollars that they would be spending on trying to throw a show at E3 and reinvest that back into either first or third party IP I understand that. But my son, I never know what a true E3 feel like.
Yeah.
A true E3. I'm talking about them joints were smacking back in the day. You was thirsty to watch the shows. The Nintendo, the Sony, even they did them on different days. Games launch and E3 parties. You know what I'm saying? And midnight launches, bro. Oh man, bro, it was different back then.
That's the number one thing they missing. I've been hearing they was
Yeah.
downcline on the demos and having live games there to play.
Yeah, it was so different. It was so different back in the day. But Sony haven't been there for the last 2 years. And I think when they initially stated that they want to go be there, the first thing people specifically from the pony community, they stated, well, E3 is dead. It was dead to them. If Sony ain't gonna be there, we don't care about it.
Yeah, really.
Sony makes E3 and all this stuff. Yeah, but
for them,
I think they'll still be there in some sort of fashion. You might get a direct from Nintendo. What if Microsoft don't do a stage show this year? What if they do something similar? I think they're going to do a stage show, but I won't put it past them if they do something similar to the developer direct, just on a bigger scale. Keep it clear, concise, to the point. Here are the games. This is what the game's about. Here are the gameplay you want. This is the games you're going to get from June to December. And then let us tease you what our expectations of 2024 is. I wouldn't put them past it for them to do that.
See, that's the thing with Microsoft. We can help financially and keep E3 up and going on the back end and still give you some third-party indies, and then we can still run our own show and it won't skip a beat. So, again, that Xbox Direct, Developer Direct, they got something there. Like, you need to keen in on that because that was perfect, straight to the point. It was clear cut, and every game that was presented made sense. With a release date outside of one, and we also got a game to play. So,
yeah, Phantom. We kind of reiterated that. Phil said they will always support E3 because they are a part of the ESA. Yeah, Phil is on the board. However, this E3 is being done by the Comic-Con people, not the ESA. Oh, I didn't know that, Phantom. Thanks. I didn't know that. That is interesting.
Oh, really? They might not be that in.
That is interesting. I do want to I do want to kind of get sidetracked because these things look real dope right here. This from my brother Other Zinc, man. This from my brother Other Zinc.
Getting his bag down in the
he always in his bag, bro. He be in the comments going, man, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. He be in.
I talk about Halo.
These are Forza Motorsport 4K screenshots. Whew. Look at this. Look at that. Now you can't tell me the lighting is different. If you compare this lighting to what they did in 7 and the ones above, it is way different. You can tell they rebuilt everything from the ground up, but that's neither here nor there. We're gonna get off that. I don't want to get sidetracked. What else we got in here now? Okay, let me touch this, because we're about an hour in. Let me touch this Microsoft Activision thing, give y'all some updates on that. I did have to take the other video down. Don't ask me why, but I had to take it down. I just have to be more conscientious about how I go about the things I say and how I say them and how I introduce them to y'all. So it's a learning process for me when you're dealing with industry sources and things like that. You got to be conscientious about the information that's brought to you, and then how I introduce that information to y'all. Okay, So if you don't see that video no more, it's because I had to privatize it, and and so we got some updates today. We got some updates today. They you feel me? It's a lot going on. Look, this shit going through. This shit going through. Okay,
hey man,
let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
Right. So okay, so let's do
Get
this.
this information from State of Game. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube. Make sure y'all follow me on Twitter because
it's going down.
Y'all gonna get some exclusive information here. Y'all gonna get some exclusive information here. Just stay in tune. This is new to me. I am learning. I am learning. And you know what I'm saying? So when you're dealing with industry sources, it's just a certain way you go about things. Okay. And so I had to remove that previous video. So if you don't see it, and I know some people, hey, Post, I can't see the video. It's because I had to remove it. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna start here. So the other day, according to MLEX, everybody was waiting on this for the Europe Commission to send out the statements of objections. Okay, and people, like I said last time, people assumed that those statements of objections was going to be open to the public. With the European Commission, they're not. They're confidential. Okay, and like I said, my industry sources told me that they're real serious about confidentiality when it comes to those things. So, we might not see them. I said we might not see them unless they get leaked. I don't, and I told y'all I don't think they're getting leaked. And so far, even though we had an article that came out and said they've been submitted, it's been a day or two, and y'all haven't seen anything getting leaked. And I think it's going to be like that for a while, and maybe until this all falls through, and it goes through, and then everything come out and it's in the public eye. But MLEX said Microsoft today, this was on January 31st, they received formal EU objections to the acquisition. They said Microsoft declined. See this Microsoft declined. Said no, we didn't. We didn't receive no charge sheet. But we are determined to resolve any issues.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I ain't seen touch nothing. What's going on, Black and White? Good, bro.
And they did come out with a statement saying that we are committed to solutions and finding a path forward for this deal. We are listening carefully to the Commission's concerns and are confident we can address them. Okay. When you hear a statement like that I think if you go back to November of last year, right, prior to the FTC reaching out to the European Commission, I think the European Commission and Microsoft was at a point where they was ready to do concessions, and that the European Commission was going to submit them a charge sheet back then. Because back then, Microsoft was trying to speed up the process because they assumed the FTC wasn't going to try to file to block the case until next year, until next year, until around this time. You know what I'm saying? They thought they had time. They thought the FTC was going to get them time. But when the FTC reached out to Europe and found out that the EU was like, man, we about to submit them statements of objection. We about to get into negotiations on concessions. The FTC immediately rushed to block the case, which kind of changed the dynamics of what Microsoft was trying to do. Because if Microsoft at that point in time, around that time, could have got the European, the EU to get to the concession stage point, that means by time the FTC would have been able to file, that means the concessions would have been in place probably by now or coming up by now, meaning they would have been approved, because I'm pretty sure Microsoft is going to consent to whatever issues that Europe had. The only ones we'll have left that you would be waiting on is the CMA. So you would have been having approval with 5 regulators. That's including Europe, because we got 4 already. That would have put FTC in a unique position. It probably would have forced them to have to go to the federal court instead of their internal court system to block. But since they did that, and the EU said, okay, step back, and kind of extended the process, the CMA extended their process as well. That gave the FTC time to block the deal with their internal court system, because right now they don't have to go to federal court. As long as the EU and the CMA haven't determined their decision in terms of whether they're going to approve the deal or not, the FTC can keep this in their internal court system.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is the move they want. They want to
right, so they can prolong it. And the longer they prolong it, the more money Microsoft have to spend, the more lawyer fees and all that stuff. It becomes very, very expensive and things like that. Even the discovery, IDOS explained that over in Reset Era, when you're subpoenaing companies for all this paperwork, they say discovery can be very expensive, and I didn't even know that. So Microsoft is spending, they actually paying way more than $70 billion right now for Activision. They way past the $70 billion mark, just fighting to trying to get this stuff to go through. But you can tell that it's worth it.
They all in.
It's worth it, because in the long run, once it does go through, you get a company that has the knowledge and the resources, similar to what Bungie is to Sony in terms of the back end and multiplayer and games as a service, helping them build that out for them. That's Activision is that to Microsoft in terms of the mobile market.
Gotcha.
Right. And then Microsoft is that to Activision in terms of giving them the infrastructure and the resources they need to compete with the bigger companies in the mobile market. You feel me? So it goes hand in hand. So FTC threw a wrench in Microsoft and what Microsoft wanted to do. But I think it's going to kind of backfire on the FTC given today's news, and we're going to get into that. So
go ahead.
I
was going to ask you this. Do you think due to how they doing this prolonging and of course bleeding the company of its resources, you think after this deal is done, someone's going to have to step in on the FTC and try to set a standards on how many times you can prolong a court case like this?
Well, that's what's in the Supreme Court right now.
Okay.
See, this just doesn't happen with the FTC. The Department of Justice has the ability to do the same thing, and the SEC has the ability to do the same thing. And this company Exxon is in court right now against the government for this very same thing, because they're saying this is against our constitutional right, our Fifth Amendment, and our right to due process. Exxon, and from what my understanding is that we might get a decision brought down by the Supreme Court in June. That's the same month that that's like the 18-month period for where Microsoft believe by the June of this year they will have all this done. But Exxon is saying, look, for the SEC, the DOJ, and the FTC to be able to bypass not only circuit court but federal court and go to their internal court and just postpone, delay, and hold out until companies get to a point where they drop it because they don't want to spend the money no more. Right. They saying that's unconstitutional.
Exactly.
And the last I heard about that was that the Supreme Court was in favor of Axon. You know what I'm saying? Most of the Supreme Court judges was in favor of Axon. So if that ruling come down, depend on what the Supreme Court stipulates, if they're in favor of Axon, will bode well for Microsoft because it might put Microsoft in a position where they could tell the FTC to say, hey, we no longer have to be subjected to your internal court system. We could take this straight to federal court where we know you don't have a case and get this over with. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, but this is a tactic. This is a tactic. Yeah, Phantom, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. And this is all an agenda by the FTC and Lena Khan. Lena Khan saying, look, whether we can win or lose a case, it don't matter. If we win, we can prove to Congress that, hey, we won this case, but this is why we need policy change and we need more powers when it comes to these big tech companies, okay? And when it comes to acquisitions, mergers, and competition, right? If they lose, right, it's a win-win because they say we lost. And we lost because we don't have enough oversight and we need policy change so y'all can give us the oversight so we can't keep losing like this. So that's why the FTC is taking these cases knowing they are not winnable cases, but they're doing it because to justify that point to the policymakers to say, hey, we need more power and oversight on competition and authorities and all that stuff. Will she get it? We don't know. The Meta case, I think in the 80-year history of the FTC, they have never won a case with vertical mergers. And that continues. The Meta case with Facebook was a vertical merger. Okay? They're not winnable. This case with Microsoft and Activision is a vertical merger. And that's why they're trying to prolong it. And they lost that case today. And some people are saying, hey, the impact and the consequences behind them losing this case with Meta might force the FTC to sit down and really negotiate with Microsoft on concessions or remedies to get this case done and over with. Because they're doing all of this at using taxpayers' dollars. Right. They're literally spending and wasting our money. They're literally, I don't think it's done. I think Lena Khan, because the Republicans just replaced. I'm gonna get into that. We'll get there. I'm gonna show y'all about that in a minute. Okay. And so this happened today. We just got through talking about Meta. Meta won court approval to buy virtual reality startup Within Unlimited, defeating an effort to block the deal by the U.S. Federal Trade Commission. And I would say this is a harder case in terms of vertical integration than the Microsoft case. Because Microsoft is not the market leader. Okay. Microsoft is not near the market leader. But Meta in his quest, you could say they're pretty much, I don't know if they're dominating, but they're probably either the top one or top two in VR right now. And so, in the fact that they still want being the market leader, don't quote me on that because I don't know who's the market leader in VR, but I would either assume it's either Quest or Oculus Rift or one of the two. But I do know that Meta is top in VR right now. and they still won. And shout out to IDAS from Reset area because he pointed this out. The same law firm will and legal team that is advising Microsoft helped Meta win this case, right? And then William Kovacic, which I dropped a video on Twitter about the interview he did with I think that was CNBC. He came out again and said he speculated that the FTC losing the Meta case could help Microsoft reach a settlement. I think it would. How many cases you gonna lose?
Interesting.
Post up the market. Hey, I like my turkey chops too. Quest is I can listen. Sue, my fault, Sue. My fault, Sue. Shout out to the brother Sue in the chat, brother. What's good, brother?
It's on Facebook.
It's good seeing you, man. I saw Teddy on Twitter, man. Y'all be disappearing for a while. But I know sometimes you got to step away from social media, man. So I don't blame you, but it's good knowing that you're okay. I know I say that every time I see you. That's because I don't see you enough, brother. That's because I don't see you enough, man. I'm getting my passport. When I saw you in Egypt, man, that so motivated me, man. I said, my bro in Egypt, bro. My brother, I remember us in a Discord talking about Egypt and the pyramids. I still have our DMs where we're sending each other YouTube videos and all that stuff on that. And then to see the picture in the video of you out there in the sand near the pyramids, man, bro, that's so motivating. Yeah, I say my brother in Egypt. You feel me? Well, okay, I don't know why I got this up here.
Back around.
So let me keep going. Okay, we also got some good news today. Seeking Alpha is behind the paywall. I want to tell y'all that Seeking Alpha, MLex, and them other websites, they're behind paywall. They're usually sites that lawyers and I think analysts and stuff have access to. They pay subscription because they get the latest updates on rumblings and what's going on. Yeah, I went to Dubai and Abu Dhabi. What?
Yeah, he said he was in his bag.
Yo, what?
He just go one and he went two.
Bro, post. I don't have to talk about the Sphinx. I was in front of it. Right. I took a picture. I feel you, brother. I feel you, brother. I ain't mad at you, brother. That brother spent the bag. You feel me? Guess what? It probably don't even cost that much.
No. It costs a bag, brother.
Yeah,
but it's well worth the money, though.
Yeah, it's well worth the money.
It's well worth the money.
You feel me? Thank you, brother. Definitely, brother. That's always inspirational, and I'm getting my passport now. I want to move around, man. I want to see the world, man. They say knowledge is to know the world, brother.
Facts.
You feel me? And you can't, and all from 47 to 51st, you don't know shit. You feel me? And you ain't knowledgeable. You feel me? Take yourself look beyond the window you stare out of. I got quotables.
All right,
I got quotables. We finna move on though. Yeah, but look beyond the window you stare out of. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get it. Think about it. You feel me?
You didn't hear this girl with.
Yeah. We also, because we're about an hour and a half in. So yeah. A major Chinese game developer said to give positive feedback on Activision Microsoft with Beijing regulators. This bodes well for China. I was kind of took it back from this, given the issue that's going on with Blizzard in China right now, and NetEase and all that stuff, and how they went and took all their stuff down and all that. But I think that's a good thing. I think Activision, Blizzard, and King gets under Microsoft. Microsoft has a good relationship with NetEase and China. I think through Microsoft, they can start renegotiating and get everything back set up. But I think this bodes well for the merger too. I still think that China is waiting on the outcome to see what EU is going to do, what Europe is going to do. So And then, because if you've been in the news, you know the issues that's going on with the United States and Europe, and you know China been trying to get in between the two and pull Europe away from the United States. All political stuff. Like I said, this stuff goes beyond just gaming. Um, but that's good news for that. And then this is funny, and Sony is doing this because I think they're on their FTC move. They want to prolong as much as they can. I don't think they're gonna submit any information. I think they're gonna just squash it. But I also think Sony is waiting on the outcome of EU with the concessions and things like that, as well as what the CMA is going to say in their phase 2 findings. So I think Sony is going to keep delaying, saying they need an extension and things like that. And I think Microsoft going to keep granted as long as they the discussions that they're having with the EU and the CMA is positive, and they see the finish line ahead. Then they're not going to care whether Sony submit that information or not, because they can know they can move forward and get the deal done. What's up? What you cook? Like a
tell them about some food. It's over with, y'all.
Yeah. You bring it to me.
Wasting time.
Yeah. Okay, my bad. And so I think New Zealand pushed their date back to April 28th for the same reason. They want to see the outcome of the EU and the CMA. Like I said, with Canada is like the United States. They don't have the ability to approve deals or anything like that. They can block them, but usually if Canada don't say anything or anything like that, or try to block it or anything like that, when the time period pass, it's just automatically approved, and Microsoft can close in Canada and stuff like that. But this is funny to me. Sony is not going to submit this information, man. They're going to keep prolonging. They're going to keep asking for extensions and stuff like that. And also, Activision subpoenaed Nvidia today. Well, they subpoenaed them on January the 20th. On January the 20th. Oh, this is a nice. Oh, this is a nice stir fry. Hold on.
Oh snap! That's all, folks.
Hold on. We gonna finish this out. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna finish. I ain't gonna do y'all like that. Hey, Kevin. Probably ran upstairs. All right. Like I said, I do think the deal is going to get done. It's just going to take some time, and I do think it's going to get done around June. It might be a little bit before June, but I think by April, by this month, we should get a clear picture of where the CMA is, and then over the next couple of weeks, in terms of submissions, stuff like that. So yeah, by June. Because depending on the objections that EU has had, Microsoft have two things. They can talk with them over the phone, or they can meet up and converse in person. And I think Microsoft will fly out. If it's something that they'll need to fly out for, they get it done and converse with them on the phone. But I think they fly out and meet with the EU, get that done, and then the deal gets done. But yeah, man, that's about it, man. But I think we're right around. We're going to be right around the June mark, which is the 18th period that Microsoft said it was going to take 18 months to get this done. They tried to get it done quicker, but the FTC threw a wrench in the tank. So, but they still doing it. Let me see him. This man posts up, stab this brother. Yeah, I pray for Z. Hard tripping. Yeah, we not we're not entertained educated people. People that's easily deceived. You guys don't know the half of it. You guys think y'all know, but y'all don't know shit. And y'all only know what people tell you. You don't even know if what people tell you is the truth or not.
You feel me?
Yeah,
Sony bunch of Maggots, Black Lightning, without a doubt. Hey, man, it's business, bro. When it comes to business, I don't hate what Sony's doing.
No, I don't knock Sony. What Sony is doing what they're supposed to do to protect their interests and the interests of their consumers.
Yeah,
that's it. If you was in Sony position, and you get in a bag with somebody, and somebody coming in saying, "Look, we finna." I know you over here getting a bag with them, but we didn't brought all this up, so you gonna have to rock with what?
Excuse me?
Huh? You messing with my money.
Man, we didn't did how many exclusive deals and extra skins, and you gonna tell me you finna take all that and go where?
What? You finna try to run off with the plug?
With the what? Lead the what? Do the what?
What are we doing here? Shout out to Top Shotter with the $2. Have you got any more updates from who? From Lou. Who is Lou?
No, I think he's talking about the I think he got the name wrong, but the lady from the FTC that everyone's talking about mentioning.
Oh, old girl on Twitter from no, I ain't got no updates from her. Well, how would I be able to get updates from her?
I don't know. Apparently, thought you did.
No. I ain't getting no
Lulu. I don't want that man getting in trouble. He is a happy married man. No,
my lady watching this show. Y'all trying to get me in trouble.
Lulu that did that thing on Activision.
She gonna be like, well, who is? Look, I don't know who they talking about. You feel me?
He said, "Damn, Lulu."
I don't know who they don't put.
We don't know Lulu. We just know Lulu.
You feel me? Don't put that energy. Don't put that energy on me. But yeah, we finna cap it here, man. We just wanted to get another show in to let y'all know we're gonna be persistent. I do want to let y'all know until this deal is done and it's completed, this will be the one-stop shop for anything dealing with the Microsoft and Activision. So if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please hit that notification bell for every time we go live. You will be notified. And please make sure y'all hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? It helps with the algorithm. It helps support the show. We got some big things in the work. We've been a little busy on some personal stuff. We got a lot of stuff going on in our personal life right now.
I got 2 of the 5 that we was talking about on the logo tip. So I know we ain't gonna mention it, but yeah, I got 2 of the 5.
Okay.
Podcast.
And then we gotta
check out the podcast
merch. We got to
yeah, that's the 2 of the 5 I'm mentioning.
Okay, on the merch. Okay, we gotta check those out. Yeah, because we're trying to put some dope shit together for y'all. Patreon and all that stuff will be up soon. And we're gonna build this thing out. I thank y'all for. I do want to do this. I want to thank y'all for holding me accountable. I get a lot of comments on Twitter. Post, you don't go live enough. Post, we need the show. We need to hear from you. This is that. You don't stream enough. You inconsistent, and I like that. Okay.
Please
don't hold nothing back. Keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real. Keep holding me accountable, and
it's all out of love, man.
It's all out of love. We're gonna have a consistent year this year.
People need this.
We're gonna have a consistent year this year, and we'll go from that. Okay. Post up you the GOAT. Chicken, y'all the GOAT, man. We all the GOAT, man.
We
you know what I'm saying?
we all
yes, sir. Yeah, so
this thing moving again when y'all commenting and y'all hitting that like button. Y'all showing us that we have something here.
Yeah, so thank y'all and we out. We're gonna see y'all tomorrow. Noah gonna be on the show tomorrow. All 3 of us.
Be back tomorrow.
Then we gonna
LA Fitness. What we call him?
Yeah, that boy doing push-ups right now. I think he sent me a video of him bench pressing 255. I say, no.
Yeah, he getting
Boy, just trying to, get this Hercules brothers in the video. Like, watch this.
Can be 706. Getting ready.
All right, man. Thank y'all for showing up. Love. And we're gonna end the show like this, man. I love y'all.
Yeah, Jamal Smalls. Let me talk to you for a minute. Look, imagine growing up in 2 worlds. On one side,
parents working, and on another side they hustling. It's like learning how to survive, but maintaining your struggle. I ain't never had a lot of shit growing up, but I seen a lot of things. It turned me to the man I am today. And even though it's a part of my definition, it doesn't define me.